Blades, welcome to my top 10 goals so far of the 2019-2020 season. In the lead up to the video, I watched every single goal over and over again until I decided what order they should all be placed in. I've had worse jobs in my life. So in order to rank all these goals, I took into account technique, skill, the passage of play up to the goal, and here are my top 10 so far. But before I get into the top 10 videos, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'm only about 500 subscribers away from 10,000 subscribers, so please subscribe now. So the first goal on this list, number 10, is John Fleck against Aston Villa. This goal's mostly on this list because of the exquisite build-up play. The ball went into Bash. Bash, unpredictably, hit Villa with a sweet back heel. Lunny whipped in an inch-perfect cross for Fleck to instinctively hit the bobbling ball on the half volley. Lovely play which was finished off emphatically by Fleck. In number 9 is Billy Sharp's terrific diving header against Norwich at Bramall Lane. An excellent cross into the box and a brilliant diving header. In this game, Lundstrom had only just been put back into the starting 11 and he proved Chris Wilder absolutely bang on for picking him. The cross was inch perfect onto Billy Sharp's head. And Billy Sharp did what Billy Sharp does best. But I'll tell you what, Billy Sharp doesn't score many bangers, but when he does, they're special. However, not special enough to finish higher than number 8, which was George Baldock against Norwich at Carrow Road. Now, a lot of people may have wondered why I didn't choose this goal higher. And the main reason was the fact that the shot wasn't quite as emphatic as George probably expected. Because I think Tim Krul could and should have probably saved that. But the sheer skill to send Vrancic to the offie for some booze and cigs just proves how good that dummy was. In at number 7 is Lys Mousset with his Cruyff turn and bottom corner finish against Wolves at Molineux. The ball started out on the wing with one of the Blades' trademark throw and go moves. Baldock put the ball into a dangerous area, but it was all about the mid-air Cruyff turn from Moose that gave him the space to hit a devastating shot into the bottom corner. Also, I must add, it was with his weaker left foot. What a goal. Number 6 now, and again it seems like I'm picking on Baldock. But for his goal away at Tottenham, I'm not really picking it for the shot, but mostly for the passage of play beforehand. As 10 out of the 11 players touched the ball before the ball hit the back of the net. No one particularly did anything special in the build-up, but that shows it's not always about getting the ball forward as quickly as possible, and that patient passing and slowly pushing your opponents back can also have just as much of a devastating effect. I don't think that was quite the finish that George was going for, but he put it into the dangerous corridor of uncertainty, and the rest is history. Halfway through the list now, and number 5 is the Blades' second goal at Bramall Lane against Manchester United. And of course it was Lys Mousset's run and beautifully placed finish into the bottom corner to beat one of the greatest shot stoppers of all time in David De Gea. John Fleck played an excellent ball into the path of Mousset. And with no Blade shirts around him, he decided to go it alone and find the bottom corner from outside the edge of the Man United area. A perfect finish from the Frenchman. Next up at number 4 is a goal full of flicks and tricks, and it's another John Fleck goal against Aston Villa. Ollie Norwood played a beautiful volley over to Fleck. Fleck took it on his chest and played it to Baldock. Baldock had his pass deflected, but it was McGoldrick's opportunistic overhead clip that put Fleck through to pretty much finish off the move he started. Incredible team goal from the Blades. Now I'm sorry to everyone who loves a team goal, because after this goal, both of the top 2 are just technically brilliant finishes. But before those two, we have Lunny's last minute winner against Bournemouth at Bramall Lane. It wasn't just an excellent piece of skill to pick the ball up on the run, move it over to his weaker side and finish it before anyone including the keeper could blink. But the fact that it was in the last few minutes to win the game was outstanding composure. And the final 2 are class finishes, starting with number 2, the Blades equaliser against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. It wasn't our greatest footballing performance that day, but John Fleck's outstanding half volley into the ground and then into the top corner was the second best strike of this season. And finally, the only home game I missed this season whilst being in Mexico was the best of all for me. It was Enda Stevens' volley against Brighton that flew into the tightest of gaps in Matty Ryan's goal. What an excellent finish by Enda. And I think it was one of those goals that you don't immediately celebrate, because to me it didn't even look like it had gone in, even whilst watching it on the telly, because there were so many bodies in front of it. But it did, and I do love a technically brilliant volley. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, but make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment, and stay in good nick.